Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is a very exciting video because we're going to be using for the first time the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 palette, the Rose palette. I've had this for a little while, but I wanted to make sure I had a dedicated video on my channel to this palette because I love this formula. I love Patrick Ta. I love all of his products. If you're new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you'll stick around and subscribe. And if you want to see my thoughts, first impression, and how I got this look, please keep watching and let's get into it. All right, you guys, the time has come for the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 Rose palette. If you know me at all, if you watch my videos, you know how much I love the Major Dimension palette. I mean, it's my favorite palette in my collection. I can definitely say that with confidence. It is for sure my favorite. The one that I enjoy and just love reaching for the absolute most is that palette. So this was a given to me. I ordered this the day it came out. I wanted to do a dedicated video on it just because it's so beautiful, and Patrick Ta Beauty is one of my favorite brands of all time. So let's go ahead and play with this palette. Honestly, I don't know what I want to do. I kind of want to use a little bit of this cream first, this lighter cream color. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the light cream, but I'm not gonna use a whole lot because I'm pretty sure this is very pigmented. So I am going to apply this kind of in my outer corner and feather it over onto the lid just a little bit, and then I'm gonna bring whatever is left up into the crease area. Yeah, so I barely used any of that color, and you can see how much pigment you get. That color on its own is really beautiful. Just as like a one and done shadow, that would be really nice. One of the things I love about these Patrick Ta palettes is that you get creams and powders. That's the same of his blushes, the same of his contour and bronze duos. I just love the brand. I love the formula. I think it's so amazing. I also love the packaging, just the whole branding. I just love it, as you probably know. So I literally like gasped out loud when I saw the pictures of this palette. So I was like, yes, please. I will be buying that as soon as it comes available. All right, we're probably going to use the darker brown at the end, maybe for winged liner, but let's go into some of the matte shades now. So I'm going to first go into the lightest cream shade, and I'm going to use a fluffy brush, and I'm literally going to put that on my lid in the inner corner and then kind of go over the edges of that cream. So obviously that's a really muted peachy color, but it's always a good thing to have in every palette. Now, what should we do? This is going to be one of those palettes where I literally love every single color in here, so I don't know how I'm even going to decide, to be honest, what to use. But okay, we're going to go into this next darker shade. This is a beautiful shade. It's kind of a rosy mauve color. Yeah, that's how I would describe it, rosy mauve. So I'm using that same brush I just used, and I'm going to put this kind of where we started, that cream color, and then just kind of pull it over into the crease. And these shadows, like the original palette, they have a lot of pigment, so that's why I'm kind of going in lightly and building it up. That's just how I like to apply shadow most of the time. I also think that really helps make blending a lot easier. All right, then we're gonna go on to the next matte, which is a little more purpley. And for this color, I'm gonna take more of a tapered brush. This is the BK Beauty 202. And I'm just gonna pack this with my eye open on that outer corner because I have a hooded eye, so I like to keep my eye open when I pack color out here because otherwise it can kind of look weird if you close your eye and do it that way. You have more of a hooded eye. These shadows, you guys, they're so good. I mean, the blendability on these is just, it's incredible, I'm telling you. So I usually just kind of like to place it there, and then I'll take my big fluffy brush again and just kind of go over everything really lightly, like I'm holding the brush really, really far out. And obviously you could make these shadows even more pigmented based on how much you're using. This is just kind of how I like to apply eyeshadow. I just like more of a blended, kind of muted look, but that's just me. Okay, I think this pinky one right here is kind of well, these two are both kind of pinky. This one right here though is really speaking to me. Question is, should I apply a glitter glue? So with the original palette, you do get a little bit of glitter fallout. I did set under my eyes with powder today, so I'd probably be okay, to be honest. But I don't know. I kind of want to try it with the glitter primer. Maybe we'll do it on one eye and not on the other. So I'm going to take a little bit of the NYX Glitter Primer. And I'm just putting this kind of right in the center of the lid and kind of working it over, and then I'll take whatever is left kind of in this inner corner. I don't do this a whole lot. I probably should. Honestly, I just never really think about it. But I figured we will try it today. Now we'll go in with that pinky glitter, and I'm gonna use my finger. I mean, look at this, you guys. So pretty. All right, so I'm just kind of tapping it on. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Oh my Lord. I mean, do you see this? I mean, honestly, I feel like the swatches really don't do this palette enough justice, but it is just so beautiful. Should I do glitter primer on the other side or maybe use my finger? I guess I'll do no primer on this side just in case you're wondering about the fallout. So I am just tapping this on. I do feel like this side though with that glitter primer is like a little more metallic looking than this side. I mean, not a huge difference, but I do feel like this one you can really see the glitter just a bit more. I'm gonna add just a little bit more of that NYX primer. Just a tiny bit in this inner corner. Because I want to apply one of these other golden glitter shades there. Okay, I feel like I have to do this one. This very first like glittery champagne. This is like my favorite kind of shade. All right, now let's see. My nails are also kind of long, which makes it kind of difficult, but there's a swatch of that. Okay, so I'm just tapping, and then I'll just kind of tap what's left. I mean, come on, you guys. Okay, now I'm gonna take the chocolate, or it's actually kind of a purpley brown almost. And I'm gonna take just a little bit of this with this small little fluffy brush, and I'm just adding just a tiny bit of that color. Almost comes off more purple, which I personally love because I have green eyes. All right, let's use a little bit of the dark brown or darker cream shadow. I just really want to try it as eyeliner. I didn't get one of his new eyeliners that came out. I think he came out with a coppery one and then like a burgundy color maybe. I can't remember. I didn't get one of those. I probably will at some point, but all right, let's go into this darker cream shade, and I'm gonna use this angled brush from Sephora. It's the number 22, and I'm gonna get some of this on the brush. I have to use my little handheld mirror here because I cannot see. For some reason, I don't like using the mirrors that come in palettes. I really don't know why. I always just grab for my handheld mirror. I really don't know why. So I basically do my wing trick where I start right where my eye starts to go down. I go from that point straight out over this fold that I have here, and then I follow my bottom lash line and make a line to connect it, and that's my perfect wing shape for my eye, at least. And it's taken me quite a while to get to where I feel like I'm decent at this, but I still am not like fantastic. But I feel like it does usually make a pretty good angle for me. So yeah, that color also looks, I would say, almost more purple on the eye. And then if you ever need to clean it up, you can always take a clean flat brush, which I usually do need to clean it up a little. All right, that wing was bigger than I anticipated. So what I'm gonna do now is take a shader brush and just kind of smudge it out. And then for the tip of it out here, I'm gonna flick it upward slightly and kind of blend it up into the crease like that. So it looks a little more diffused. Let's do the bottom lash line. So I'm first going to, let's see, I'm gonna take the first cream that we used. I'm gonna put that on the bottom lash line. I think I might take a little bit of the darker cream, and I'm gonna put just a tiny bit of this on the outer corner and just make sure it connects up to the wing. The good thing about these creams are they're very blendable. So if you know, mess up or you need to fix something with the creams, they're very easy to work with. I'm gonna go into that creamy matte that we used, and I'm gonna pop just a little bit of that right in my inner corner and even kind of bring it up. I'm gonna take this shade, this matte, kind of a rosy color, and a little pencil brush, and I'm gonna go over my bottom lash line one more time, just with a little bit of a powder shadow. All right, you guys, I think that is gonna be it. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish with mascara and my lips, and I'll come back and show you the finished look. All right, you guys, This is the finished look, and as expected, I love it. I knew I was gonna love this palette, so this was honestly not even a review. I just wanted to use it for the first time with you guys because I knew I was gonna love this. I love my original so much, and I love these colors, so I knew I was gonna love this palette as well. If you haven't tried the Patrick Ta formula, the eyeshadow formula, it is very, very easy to work with. The mattes are very pigmented, but they're very easy to blend out. You can get more of a subtle look like I attempted to do by using a smaller amount of shadow, or really build it up and get something super intense, but they're very easy to work with. The creams are as well. So if you've never used a cream shadow, these are very user-friendly. Again, they are very pigmented, so a little goes a long way, but you can very easily blend them. And they're just a great addition to this palette. It's nice to have for liner like I use today. You can use the lighter color as a base. You could really use that as just like a one and done shadow look, and that's it. That color is beautiful. This rosy, kind of a rosy nude color that we started out the look with. This color right here is so beautiful. So you could do that. You could do so much with this. You could do a really beautiful all matte rosy kind of look and skip the topper shades, but the topper shades, I mean, come on. If you like glitter and you like these tones, I don't think you'll be disappointed with this palette. I did want to point out again that I do still feel like this eye with the NYX Glitter Primer on looks much more intense than the eye without it. They both look beautiful, but I did want to point that out. That NYX primer is not something I use all the time, but now that I'm seeing it with these glitters, I'm probably going to start using it more because I do like the side that has the primer a little bit better than this side. You do get a tiny bit of glitter fallout, but honestly not bad at all considering the amount of glitter in these shadows. And even the side that I did not use the primer on, there was a little bit of fallout, but honestly not very much. And like I said, you can always do your eyes first, or just make sure to set under your eyes so you can kind of brush it away. Other than that, I have nothing bad to say. I think it's a beautiful palette. It is very expensive. It's $68, so obviously you need to love these pinky rosy tones to get your good out of this palette and justify spending $68 on it. But if you like the colors, I do not think you will be disappointed. I think you will love it. I'm definitely going to be using it, and I love how this look turned out. I do have a bunch of Patrick Ta makeup on today, so I'll list and link everything below for you if you are curious. Hopefully this palette is still available on Sephora. I believe this is going up the last day of the Sephora sale on the 11th. So hopefully this is still in stock, so if you do want to get it discounted, you can. But if not, I think it's worth the regular price with no discount, in my opinion. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe and follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1. I will see you next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.
Sunday morning, waking up with you. We got no plans, we got nothing.